Today, we're diving into the world of zero trust security, specifically how applications and identity based access control play a crucial role in keeping your organization secure. Zero trust is a security framework that assumes no one inside or outside the network should be trusted by default. Instead of granting broad access, users and devices must continuously prove their identity and security posture before accessing applications or data. But how does this work in practice? In zero trust model, applications are treated as protected resources. Instead of being openly accessible on a network, they are shielded behind authentication and access controls. Only verified users with the right permissions can connect. This is where identity-based access control comes in. Instead of relying on a network location or device type, access is granted based on a user identity, role, and security posture. This means every login request is checked for multiple factors, such as multi-factor authentication, device compliance, and location. So let's log into admin user interface of our CloudConnexa and look at these. So with CloudConnexa, organizations can enhance their zero trust security strategy by leveraging local users and groups along with access groups to enforce precise role-based controls. Like you see on the screen, we have local users here with different groups. They belong to different groups, which you can create it under groups. Once you done this, then you can create the access groups, which basically defines the access control configuration for each group. Accounting access here in our example has only access to accounting app, but our sales team has access to CRM and Salesforce, which we're going to talk about the SaaS applications in a minute. And then our support team, they have access to CRM and time card. So you can distinguish different access level for different groups. We have a user here, Kim, part of our accounting team. So we're going to connect as Kim here. Here we go, we're connected. Now, if you remember a minute ago when we look at the access groups, accounting team has only access to accounting and not CRM or even time card. So let's go ahead and test that. I'm going to open up another tab here, and we're going to go to https accounting.ovnlab.local. And here we go. We can see that Kim was able to access accounting, but let's try CRM or even our time card. And we can see that this site can't be reached. Now let's try the time card as well to make sure. timecard.ovnlab.local. And we can see the same thing, the site cannot be reached. Now let's go ahead and try something else. We're going to disconnect from Kim. And if we go back to our users, let's find someone from support or sales. And we know that support, they have access to time card and CRM, and sales have access to CRM. So we're going to find someone in support team. We have Mabel here, part of support. So support team has access to both CRM and time card, but they don't have access to accounting. So let's go ahead and connect as Mabel. And I already have her profile here, so we're going to connect. And here we go. We can see Mabel is connected. So let's go ahead and test the same thing here. So she should be able to connect to time card. Here we go. The time card is up. Let's try CRM. And our CRM is up. So she was able to connect to both of them. And let's try accounting again. And here we go. The site cannot be reached. So Mabel unable to access the accounting. Again, that was expected because this is how we set up our access groups. So support has access to CRM and time card, but not the accounting. Additionally, CloudConnexa integrates with external identity providers by using LDAP or a SAML and SCIM, enabling automated user provisioning and authentication. This ensures that only authorized users from trusted sources can access critical applications while maintaining streamlined identity management. So this basically allows you to automatically pull user roles and department info from your IdP, map roles or user groups for seamless role-based access control, And you can make sure that employees only access resources relevant to their job. With this approach, IT teams don't have to manually assign permissions. CloudConnexa dynamically adapt access based on the user role. With CloudConnexa, you can also take advantage of domain name routing to access resources easily and securely without exposing your private network. Instead of using IP addresses for routing, you just configure applications with domain name. Make it easier to manage access while keeping your network hidden. This means that your private subnets stay cloaked and hidden. Users can connect to your applications without ever seeing the network's IP address range. And if they can't discover it, they won't be able to attack it. You can see on the screen right now, we have different resources, like, for example, accounting.ovnlab.local, crm.ovnlab.local, and so on. I do not have any IP routes or IP services configured because we don't need to do so. Now, if a user connects, this is not going to expose any of our private subnet. So let's go ahead and look at that. I'm going to connect as Ella. Ella is one of our users. If we look at the users, we can see Ella is part of our accounting team. So I'm going to connect as Ella and we look at our logs. So here we go. Ella is connected. Let's go ahead and look at our log here. And so we can see the routes that is being shown here. It's a WPC subnet and the domain routing subnet. Those are over 1 million IP addresses. So you can see any of the private resources IP address or subnet here. With the application routing, we have to add a DNS records here, either on CloudConnexa under DNS records. You can see, for example, I have my accounting and I have my private IP address here, or you can use your own DNS servers if you have DNS servers here. You can take security up a notch by adding SaaS application and restricting logins to only happens when an authorized user is connected to CloudConnexa. What that means, instead of letting users log in from anywhere, you can treat SaaS applications like private applications, ensuring that they can only be accessed when connected to CloudConnexa. This way, all traffic to these apps is routed through a secure encrypted tunnel and keeping data safe. All we have to do is just add our connector IP address to allowed IP addresses on our SaaS environment. So let's look at that. For example, you see here I added salesforce.com. So all my users that they want to connect to Salesforce or log into Salesforce, they have to be connected to CloudConnexa to do so. We went one step further and added our sales team can only access Salesforce. So not only are users that have to be connected to CloudConnexa to be able to log into Salesforce, they also have to be a member of our sales team to access Salesforce. So even a bad actor take a hold of a username and password for Salesforce, they won't be able to log in. Even if someone from a different department tried to log into Salesforce, they won't be able to log in. So we added multiple level of security here. So why does this matter? Zero trust with identity-based access control helps organizations by first reducing attack surface. Unauthorized users can't access sensitive applications, preventing lateral movement. Even if an attacker breaches one part of the network, they can move freely. Enhancing security flexibility is the next one. Obviously, employees can securely work from anywhere without compromising security. And simplifying identity management using CloudConnexa with SAML and SCIM. Businesses can automate user provisioning and deprovisioning, making sure that access is always up to date, and enforcing role-based access controls dynamically. Obviously, CloudConnexa adapts access based on user roles and groups, reducing IT overhead. Implementing zero trust may sound complex, but there are a few key steps. First of all, we need to define access policies based on roles and identity. We want to enforce authentication using like multi-factor authentication and device posture checks and so on. We want to segment applications to limit access to only what's necessary, and we want to leverage CloudConnexa to integrate with external IdPs, and enforce dynamic access controls. And the last part is continuously monitoring access logs for anomalies and threats. To summarize this, zero trust isn't just a security trend, it's a necessity in today's digital world. By implementing identity based access control for applications and leveraging CloudConnexa's powerful integration with local groups and access groups, along with LDAP, SAML, and SCIM, you're taking a huge step toward a more secure and resilient organization.